Hi, it's Dr. Greg Jantz, founder here at the Center, a place of hope. So, crying for no reason. Have you ever had this? Or you're with somebody and it just seems like crying for no reason just keeps happening. I'm going to give you, and I've made a great list here, 10 possible causes. And by the way, if somebody just starts crying, let's just acknowledge it. It can be confusing, can be overwhelming, and you don't know how to respond. Or if you're the person this is happening to, likewise, confusing and overwhelming. There usually is a deeper psychological wound and meaning and reasons that are behind what seems to be at times overwhelming instant crying. At times it may even seem like it's not connected to anything. Number one could be depression. This could be a trait of some significant long-standing unresolved depression. Number two, it could be anxiety. I made a note here that crying can be a sign of certain triggers, and the trigger might be somebody says something, it activates a wound in the heart and creates tears nearly instantly. The body responds, and you can also just have a overwhelming sense of just fear and anxiety. It's that free-floating anxiety. Number three is grief. There can be a grief that is really recognized. There can be a grief that's unrecognized or unresolved. Maybe you've forgotten the significant loss. And remember, loss comes in many forms. There's a loss of life, loss of a relationship, there's loss of a job, there's loss of meaning in life, and you start to grieve that. So number four is loneliness. I'm just highlighting some of these and dive into the article for more information. But loneliness is really significant. When I say significant, we're seeing the highest numbers of people reporting loneliness that we've ever seen. And loneliness, even though we have social media, even though we have all these opportunities to connect, it's not working. So loneliness. Let's talk about hormonal fluctuations. This is number five. There could be everything from estrogen to progesterone to, I'm going to say, even testosterone that can affect moods. When these, and even thyroid, when these are out of order, this is why we always want to have checked what's going on physiologically that could be contributing to this. All right, number six, burnout. In fact, I just finished and have a brand new book on Beyond Burnout, how to regain that passion back. Burnout, which means I've had chronic stress for a long time, begins to put the body in, you've already pumped all that adrenaline, now the adrenal glands are pumping too much cortisol, and you don't want a lot of that chemical in your body. It's just a sign of a lot of chronic stress. And it puts you in a burnout phase, which puts you in a depression and anxiousness phase. All right. The little book, when I say little book, I create these mini books of, right around 100 pages that really can be helpful. And you can dig into this. All right. Repressed emotions. What are we saying there? A difficult life experience, trauma that's untreated can also be significant. As you look at this, you go, wow, there is a lot of trauma in my life. As well as, this is number 9, I need to get my emotions out. This is the only way I know. Okay. And so there's times that tears and letting out emotions at certain times can also fall into codependency, manipulative behaviors. So what's behind the tears is what's so important, to follow that path to what's behind. All right. Now, there is a lot of information in the article. So jump into the article. Want to have an opportunity just to highlight some of these. And also remember, trauma unresolved is going to come out some way, and this could be one of the ways, and it's just a sign and an indication that some things need to be addressed.